Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Before I start the readings, I want to let you know that I do have some new online courses available on how to read oracle cards and crystals of spirituality, so click on the link below to check them out. Hi Scorpio, it's Sloan Rose here with your life purpose, career, and money reading for the months of May, June, and July 2018. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And Scorpio, just to remind you that the love and romance readings are up and available. They're available here on the YouTube channel, and all readings are available on my podcast, SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen to the readings while you're out and about, as well as watch them here on the YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, life, purpose, career, and money reading for May, June, and July 2018. The next reading will be available in August. Okay, here we go. Crystals. This is the third time this has come up today, and I've shuffled the deck so much. So this came up for Pisces, and it just came up for Sag. Well, a lot of focus here for many people to really hone in on what it is that they are wanting in their life. You know, Scorpios are all about transformation. You're very comfortable with a lot of change in your life. And the focus here is saying, okay, it's wonderful to be so adaptable and to be able to change and create change and transform things. But where can you focus your attention, Scorpio? For a little while, on areas that feel a bit smoother in your life, where you don't have to constantly be reinventing yourself and creating change for yourself, where you can focus on something that connects you, where you feel more connected to spirit. I'm really drawn to all these lights, you know, and they are seemingly drawing. They're either going out or they're coming in, but for you, I feel like they're going in. And it's like you're taking all of this that's been out there and you're going in. You're being guided within by the divine. And from there, there's this emergence that occurs. From the watery depths, you know, she emerges with greater clarity. Look how fierce she looks. She knows what she wants, you know. Sometimes, as I mentioned, you know, Scorpios can get caught up in the transformation and the change that occurs, the disruptions, let's say, that occur sometimes with Scorpio. With that Plutonian influence. But sometimes it becomes like a way of life. Like you feel like everything has to be disruptive and changing all the time. But during this particular time frame, you're meant to focus your attention more so you can emerge a bit more grounded, recognizing that your fierceness doesn't necessarily come from circumstances changing, but from your own internal transformative process, like a snake that sheds its skin, you know. You're going to constantly be doing that. But it doesn't need to be disruptive. It can get smoother and smoother the more that you kind of master the impulse to change. Wow. All right, let me get the life purpose cards. I'm just tripping out because I just did a whole reading for Sag on this, and the card actually looks so different to me now. So interesting. Okay, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, 3 cards in the life purpose deck. Okay, here we go, Scorpio. All right, so we have writing, we have oracle cards, We have counseling. We have nutrition under the deck. For some of you, this may be a focus. How the world is fed, how you feed the world, how you feed yourself, what you ingest, what others are ingesting, what the plants and animals are ingesting, and how that gets transmitted to what ingests them. Maybe a focus on that. Here we have incredible focus. There's like a fierceness, like it keeps coming in as fierceness with this dragonfly, this emergence. And I feel like for some of you it has to do with this nutrition card. You're focused in on that, the planet, the water, the earth, how all of that is its own unique biosphere. And there's a sense of fierceness which has this thread of anger in it on how others are treating the planet and how you see it affecting our food sources. So interesting for some of you. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with these necessarily, but we have writing, we have oracle cards, and we have counseling. Now, for some of you, it may be that you do indeed write about this very subject I just spoke about in terms of nutrition. Maybe some of you become nutrition bloggers, this kind of thing. We have oracle cards right in the center. Scorpio is a very spiritual sign. You're very connected to life and death, you know, through that Plutonian influence, as I mentioned, this transformation. And you may seek oracle cards as a way to help guide yourself during these times. Remember, as I mentioned, for Scorpio, I feel like there's a mastery of this impulse to transform that you are getting clearer on. And I do have the oracle card, how to read oracle cards for beginners, and the intermediate and advanced courses up if you're interested. But there's a million different ways to play with oracle cards and different teachers as well. So always trust your own instincts and intuition. Oracle cards may be something that you work and play with during this time period to help you begin to master more and more that and focus more in on what it is you're really wanting to share with the world, and where you are wanting to align more and more with a greater sense of purpose that is for the greatest good of all rather than the few. So much here. Okay, and then the counseling card. Let me show you the cards one more time, Scorpio. So we have nutrition under the deck. I don't know why, but we have the leadership, and then you're on the right path. I haven't been doing this with the other signs, but for you, I feel like it's important. It may be that you do take a leadership role in this idea of nutrition and food sources, something around that, and that you are on the right path with that. So if there's been any kind of doubt for some of you, that's a specific message. Okay, so we have writing, we have oracle cards, and we have counseling. Now you are very guided right now to do any kind of writing. Open up and allow yourself to be guided, because there's a lot of support for you there. I've already gone over the oracle cards, and we have the counseling. It may be that you seek out counseling during this time period. As I mentioned, you know, Scorpios can have a difficult time because of this life and death inner working, right? And for some Scorpios, it can be disruptive, as I've mentioned. And for some of you, you master it more and more, so you understand the impulse within you to continually change and transform, which is a beautiful way of constantly refreshing your life. But for some of you, it may be confusing sometimes. So you may seek out counseling. It may be for some of you that you do become more adept at reading oracle cards, and you're able to help and counsel others through the use of them. And you begin to do that more for a sense of purpose, or even for your career or work in the world. And I feel like you really do want to be seen for the gifts that you have, and for the hard work that you've been doing. You want some credit. That's how it feels to me. You want some gosh darn credit. Now, one of the ways that you can kind of work with this, if you feel that this works for you or it applies to you, Scorpio,
is that you can begin more and more to remind yourself that you see you. You know, working with the inner child. I see you. I love you. I see you. I honor you. I give you credit. I acknowledge you. I value you. And you work more on seeing yourself, on acknowledging yourself, and so that you fill up more with the energy that you are giving it to yourself. And then you become less triggered when others don't seemingly see it or acknowledge it in you, because you're holding it for yourself. And as you hold it more for yourself, that you see you, that you hear you, that you acknowledge you, that you give yourself credit, you begin to manifest it more because you're no longer feeling the lack of it as much. All right, let's get some cards from the tarot deck. This is for Scorpio, Sun and Rising. Sorry, the cards just feel like they want to be shuffled a bit more. It goes with that emergence thing, you know, as I said, like you want to be seen, you know. The strength of who you are is emerging more and more, and you're wanting to share it with the world, and you want it to be seen, and you know, and you can help with this by seeing yourself, by hearing yourself, by acknowledging yourself. Not because no one else is doing it, not because no one else will do it, but because it's our job to do it for ourselves first. And when we feel filled up, we feel stronger, we feel more in alignment with how the divine sees us, we manifest more and more of those experiences in our manifest world. And for some of you, it may be that you are a writer, you are a chef or a cook, you are an oracle card reader, and you are a counselor, just to be very specific about the cards. But no matter what you are doing, if you are involved in any of those fields, that there is a strong desire to be seen and honored for the work that you're doing in the world, and to focus your attention more and more on what it is that makes you happy, as opposed to trying to get others on board with you. That's tiring. And that comes from that anger that I sensed here. That is at play. The anger is in people aren't getting on board, and also you're wanting to be seen and acknowledged. And so everything I just said, but that anger is, you know, the inner child within saying, you know, I want to be acknowledged. I want to be seen. And we all experience this in different ways. This is coming in for you in this particular time frame, in this particular reading. So, there's a fierceness there. You're getting greater clarity, and it comes through the focus here. Now you may want to have some amethyst around you, or some aquamarine. I think would be really nice for you. Clear quartz. Some chrysoprase, and some jade, even malachite. Even ocean jasper would be nice. Okay. All right, Scorpio. We have the Mother of Pentacles, beautiful earthy energy. Could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. We have the Two of Swords right in the center. And we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse here. I mean, not in the reverse. The Five of Pentacles under the deck. As I mentioned, we have this sense of emergence, right? We have this sense of going within, focusing. It goes nicely with that Two of Swords. The Two of Swords energy here in the center. A period of neutrality while you refocus your attention. You are emerging, more and more strongly as yourself, but you're taking time to focus in on what makes you happy as opposed to trying to help the world understand what you intuitively know through your powerful connection to spirit, to the divine, to life and death, to the transformation that occurs every single day in nature. You can only do you, and your intentions are good, but I think it's becoming tiring, which is why you're meant to go within and focus a bit more. We have this beautiful Mother of Pentacles. Again, it could be an earth sign who shows up to help you. It could just be you, Scorpio, embodying the characteristics of grounding yourself, which is why I brought up the idea of Jasper for you. It's very grounding for you. And the Mother of Pentacles, again, if it's someone who's around you, it would be someone who's really wanting to help out, someone who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty and helping you. And with the Five of Pentacles under the deck, it's okay to ask for help, Scorpio. It's okay to ask for help from friends and family, especially if you are feeling stretched thin monetarily, financially. If your resources just aren't what they are, while you go, aren't what you want them to be, let's say, while you go within and spend a bit more time focusing on what makes you happy, what you want to align with in terms of expressing your essence into the world, in terms of your sense of purpose. It's okay to ask for help, but you might feel a little stretched thin there. And it may, with the Two of Swords, you may feel like there's no action that's actually occurring, and that's okay. When you emerge, you don't just pop up like a jack-in-the-box. Emergence is a slow emerging, right? But you are emerging, and as you slowly emerge, you are gathering strength from the muddy depths here of the pond that she's emerging from. Very powerful, but slower moving energy, kind of goes with that Mother of Pentacles energy. But again, there may just be someone around you who's very helpful and who doesn't mind helping out. Let them help you. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles here. There may be an energy, let's say, especially with the Two of Swords, where you've kind of like been a little hands off, and you feel, it's a feeling, I think, for some of you, that you need to do more. You will do more. Don't worry. It's gonna, there's that rhythm in life, and sometimes we're doing, and sometimes we're spending more time reflecting or being what would be perceived as more passive outwardly, but internally a lot of shifts are occurring. It could be, too, with the Ace of Pentacles that you may feel like, because you are in this place of neutrality, you're neither here nor there, that the things that have seemingly had a lot of potential or holding seeming potential, maybe they just kind of fade away. That's okay. Don't panic. There is a very powerful emergence, re-emergence that's occurring here. Give it time to unfold. We're talking about a relatively short period of time, 3 months, Scorpio. You already know these energies. You're very comfortable with them. Out of all the signs, you are the most comfortable with the transformational process. Allow it to happen, but focus your attention on what you're wanting to get out of it. What makes you happy as you transform, as you shed your skin. What colors do you want to show to the world? As you emerge, what is it in this particular cycle do you want to express more easily, more readily, so that when you look at yourself in the mirror, Scorpio, you say, yes, I'm in alignment with who I want to be now, who I am now. There's a lot here for you, Scorpio. Be so easy and gentle upon yourself. Take good care of yourself. Eat well. Of course, if you have been indulging, this would be a time to try to recalibrate back to drinking lots of water, clearing your system, cleansing, this kind of thing. Write down any messages that you have from the angels and the guides when you're sleeping. Write down your dreams. It's when you do that, it's like you're letting your guides and angels know, like, okay, message received, I got it. When you write down your dreams, even if you don't know what it means necessarily, it's like, okay, I got the message, But even more than that, even journaling or anything like that, or if you're blogging, or it's all indicated that you're very supported in that. Oracle cards, again, a wonderful source of guidance for you during this time period. And counseling, also indicated. All right, let me get a card from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky. This reading's gone a little long. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Your loved ones are more than willing to help you. But sometimes the pride can get in the way, and then you don't want to ask because you don't want to seem indebted to someone or feel vulnerable. But the more that you see yourself, honor yourself, give yourself credit, acknowledge yourself, the less vulnerable you'll feel, and the more in alignment with the rhythm of sometimes resources come and sometimes they go, and there's less self-judgment about it. And don't worry about this neutrality right here as you kind of make a decision, or someone's making a decision about hiring you even. Don't push it. Let things emerge as they're meant to. Now is not the time for aggressive action. Okay, so in terms of your money, we have the Hierophant in the reverse. So it may be during this time period, that in terms of your money, you may be earning money in less traditional ways. You may not be earning money through the organization or the institution that you normally get it. It goes back to this idea. These are both fives, change. Ask for help maybe from unconventional sources. It may be that unconventional sources or more independently minded sources help to fund you or give you work during this particular period of time, which is lovely. It's not neither good nor bad energy. It's neutral, but just be on the lookout for opportunities to earn money from unconventional sources, as long as it's legal, of course. That's what I would counsel. And something that may not be from the typical institution that you usually derive your main source of income from. There may be opportunities to pick up some extra work from something that's a little different than your norm. All right, let me get one more card for you, Scorpio, and I'm going to close out your reading. You could even invest your money in something that's different than what you normally invest your money in. If you're always going to the banks, try something a little different. Not wildly different, not reckless chances, but maybe just explore other options. You may even have a desire during this particular time frame to be unconventional in how you handle your money, like stuffing it under the mattress kind of thing. Love. It goes back to what I was saying here. What makes you happy? This is what you're exploring. This is what you're focusing in on. Not about how you can fix people out of fear that the world's going to go to hell unless you can get everyone on the same page and help them to understand what's happening on the planet or whatever it is that you're focused in on here. Nutrition, this kind of thing. But really focusing on love. What is it that you love to do? Again, you're emerging. There's a ferocity here. But the ferocity is coming from your self-love, from your beginning to understand more and more the power of your instincts and intuition and understanding about life and how life here on the planet is continuously transforming and evolving over and over again. And how do you fit in there? From a place of love, acceptance, compassion for self, first and foremost. The love here is loving yourself. I love you. I see you. I hear you. I acknowledge you. I honor you. Going back to the heart, to the inner child work. So, all right. So I hope you found that helpful. I will see you either at your own private tarot reading or for a Reiki appointment, or over on the podcast, or on the online courses, or where else, or on the love readings. So, and then the next life purpose reading will be in August. All right. Much love to you.